Right now, but we are going to be back with more Clint Cox in just a few moments, ladies and gentlemen. It is Radio Disney's Backyard Show, and we'll be right back. Hello, this is Tobin from Radio Disney AM 1260's Backyard Show. You know the expression, practice makes perfect? Well, maybe nowhere is that more true than in music. The opportunity to study music is one of the most valuable things we can give our young people. Music is a positive outlet for creative expression. It reinforces teamwork, communication, self-discipline, and focus. All skills that will benefit them in every aspect of their lives. If your school has a music program, encourage your child to use it. Leave your kids a note for the future. Support music programs and music teachers in your schools and community. Also, don't forget that every child has an instrument that's free and sounds wonderful. Their voices. Music, part of a sound education. Welcome back to today's Backyard Show right here on Radio Disney AM 1260. This is Jag.
And your co-host, Taylor.
We're having a good time here speaking with Clint Cox, author, plumber, family man, entrepreneur. We're talking specifically about all of his being an author and reading together as a family and what's so great about it. For anyone right now, too, who's kind of on the fence about it and maybe they're not convinced yet, Clint, maybe they just haven't read with their family yet and they're just not convinced. Why do you think they should do it? What should you tell them?
You know what? I would tell the parents, first of all, that if they're going to start this with their child, they've got to show the interest in it. They have got to find a book that they're interested in, that the kids can see them walking around the house with and kind of reading in front of them, and something that, you know, to get their mind churning. And then move from that, once the kids know that mom or dad's interested in reading, move from that into, hey, let's find you a book and let's read it ourselves. And I realize that people just don't have the time. But you know what? There are so many books, and there's not a time frame when you get a book. You don't have to read it in 2 days. You know, you can just read it throughout. Maybe a little bit right before you sit down to eat dinner. You can, you know, just be sitting there reading a book or something. Or, I don't know, maybe even the newspaper and stuff like that. If do people even get newspapers anymore?
They do. My mom does.
Yeah. I mean, just something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe share something in the newspaper with one of your kids, a cool story. You know, once in a while they'll have stories of a hero situation where somebody saved somebody else or helped somebody else. It's not always bad in there. But
right.
I think that's probably one of the things that our parents are maybe struggling with out there is that they're just so busy. They come home from work and they just want to relax, and they think just having everyone maybe sit and watch a television show is the way to relax. But I bet they'd get as much joy and even more as having their whole family read together.
Yeah, you talk about relaxing. That's one of my favorite things to do to relax is to sit down with one of my kids and read them a story.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It just kind of, I mean, my brain can almost turn off now because I'm a good reader now. I wasn't at one point, but I'm a good reader now, so my brain can turn off except for what I'm focusing on in the minute of reading the book to my kid and the story that's in the book, so I can put my animations into it.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's so important. We keep coming back to that is the parents' involvement with it, whether you're, you know, making sound effects, making animals, using character voices, whatever you got going on. But because you're so passionate about it, it's kids out there, they want to find out what they want to have fun too, just like you are as you're doing it. So it's great tips. For anyone out there too listening who is interested in picking up Christmas notes or wants to just kind of check on in to see when the next book in the series is going to be coming on out and everything, where would they go to do that?
ChristmasNotes.org would be the best place to go.
All right.
Find out the information from there. There's a link to my blog. You guys know the storyline, but during Christmas Notes, there's a little girl that gives out certain notes to different people during the story. And I'm currently on my blog going through each one of the notes that she is giving, and just going into more detail about
Oh, cool.
That's nice.
So, and there's 15 altogether, and so I'm just going through those 15 notes a month at a time, and so they can keep up on that too.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. That's really fun. Because some of them, too, was like, as she did write the note and given things, I mean, the message was there, but you start kind of looking at it from a deeper angle as well. So that'd be really interesting to see kind of what your take on it was and what your intentions were. That's great.
Yeah, you know, and I've had a lot of positive feedback because I'm tying it in with some of my plumbing experience.
Oh, good.
Oh, I can't wait.
So there's a little bit of humor in there, too.
Yeah, I like that. It's good.
Do you leave notes in the pipes that you fix now?
No, but I like to sometimes teach them how to use their plumbing so they don't have to call me all the time.
Right.
That's a good idea. I'm going to see if it starts, even though I didn't write that book at all, I'm going to start leaving notes in the plumbing. I know. Why not? Why not? Yeah. It's a free country.
Clint, I do have a question for you. I know that we're talking about being online and a lot of technology that everyone uses. Do you think it's better to, in your opinion, to have maybe like one of the books on like a Nook or on your iPad or iPhone or whatever, or do you think it's better to have that actual physical book in your hand?
Oh, you found my prejudice.
No!
In a kid's situation, I definitely think that a good copy of the book in your hand is, because, you know, children, even teenagers, they're tangible. They, you know, to hold it, to be able to know that it's there, it's in their backpack, you know. With a Kindle or a Nook, which I'm a fan of now, you know, it's kind of out of sight, out of mind for a child. Mm-hmm. But now you're moving into, I've had a lot of people disagree with me on that, because now you're moving into the technology age where they are on the Nook, and the kids are really techno-savvy now.
Right.
That's true.
So is it going to appeal to them? Well, I don't know. I mean, find out what your kid, if you've got a kid that is very video game oriented, and you say, hey, let's check out what's on my Nook, and you start going through that, he's probably going to be more interested.
Yeah, that might be the way to grab them into a family reading night.
Yeah. But, you know, I think when kids are smaller, yes, definitely. You've got to have the picture books. You've got to have, you know, you've got to teach them, you know, following along with your finger, how to read, and, you know, the different steps of reading and stuff like that. Definitely a must for the younger kids.
Some really great advice that was learned here today, and we appreciate it. Clint, thank you very much for being with us here this morning.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome. You know, I just got to say, you two are the funnest people that I've done interviews with throughout this.
It's what we do. It's what we do around here.
That's Radio
Someone
Disney.
Get that dog out of here. Thank you, Clint.
You're
Jeez. It's a zoo around here. Having a good time. And definitely, you guys up there, we invite you to check out Clint's blog and also the site as well, which is christmasnotes.org. Mm-hmm. You can learn more about that great book. Definitely, it's a good read, even if we're not in the holiday season. There's no reason you can't be reading it right now, too. So check it on out, christmasnotes.org. Learn more about Clint, too, and his upcoming book, too, which will be a follow-up to Christmas Notes, anticipated to be out next holiday season. So, good stuff. Thank you for tuning on in, ladies and gentlemen, to another great backyard show right here on Radio Disney AM 1260. This is Jag.
And Taylor.
And we be out of here. We'll see you guys soon.
See you.